after, you know, you took all those trips and then worked your way up.
You have to take like a lot of initiative though, you know, and like now that we have agents. Back then there wasn't really agents. There was like one agent. So now they have agents and managers, and there's a lot of like people set in place to help people with their career.
Right.
And back then there wasn't. So, you know, you had to run it bad.
Right. No, I get it. No, and that's great. Yeah. That's one thing I appreciate about California. Everything is structured here as far as entertainment, because I act as well. So, you know, I have my agent, I have my manager, and they find me opportunities along with myself finding the opportunities. So it just makes things a whole lot easier. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily need an agent and manager, but if you don't, then you need to do their job.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, it sounds like you're a natural born hustler.
I am. I've always been a hustler.
Like. So when you got this, you know, notoriety, everybody knows you, Sarah J, you killing the game. You know, is there a lot of, like, did you get any, like, backlash for doing what you do?
Of course.
Yeah.
Not from my family, though. Like, I don't really have a lot of family. Like, I kind of got, like, just my mom, my stepdad, and they're, like, completely supportive of everything I do. And, you know, the backlash was like from people that they're not important. You know, like, I don't really care what you think.
Yeah. They're just people you don't even know.
Maybe people I went to high school with, or like, you know, strangers. Like I especially got a lot of hate mail at first because, you know, I started right out the gate doing what we consider, I don't even like this term, but we don't even have another term for it, interracial porn. And because I have sex with people of color on film, I got a lot of backlash for it at first, and just delete, you know, like I don't really care what you think, because this is me. So like the backlash that I've gotten and like the criticism is all from people that I don't give a fuck about.
Well, I mean, as long as it doesn't like affect you and what you're trying to do, then it's all that matters.
Not at all. Like the people that support me are the people that matter, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So this wasn't mind blowing to your parents, like when they heard about you, they were like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" They were just kind of like, "Hey, that's what she wants to do."
Man, I eased them into it.
How did you do that?
Yeah, like, you know, they're really liberal and like open minded and stuff, but at the same time, nobody wants to hear that their baby girl is having sex on film. Like right out the gate, you know what I mean? So I told my mom and dad that I was stripping. They knew about that. And then they knew that I was doing some stuff for photographers. And then I let my mom know I was doing like some nude stuff with photographers. And then I didn't use the word porn. What I said was I was doing live nude action modeling.
Okay, that's a nice way to put it. Because it's like each word could mean a different thing when you put it together. It sounds great.
Yeah, it's kind of like porn, sort of, right? And but my mom's also like one of these people, like, okay, that's fine, whatever. So she didn't really push about it. Like, okay,
congrats.
No, not even congrats. Like, okay, you work. And you like your work, and you make money, and you seem happy, and you're not affected. Okay. And then as the years came on, and we got more comfortable discussing like what I do, and you know, now it's great because she takes real pride in like all of my success, and you know. It was one of those things like jumping into the pool of water. You know, you got to put your little toe in first, and then your foot, and then your leg. You know, but yeah, now it's great.
Your stepdad was cool with it.
Totally.
I mean, he's a stepdad, and you didn't know your real father.
No, I knew my real father, but like,
relationship.
I stopped talking to him like a long time ago.
Yeah, no, it'd be like that. Like me and my real father, like him and my mother broke up when I was like 3, and then my stepfather came. He's been in my life. He recently passed away, but then.
I met my stepdad when I was 12.
Oh, okay.
So he's been through all the important shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, as long as they're supportive.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Now, tell me about like the weird shit you hear from like fans. Like, you know, like, oh my God, it's Sarah J. Like, I could imagine guys are lined up just like jerking off to you and shit.
all that. Like, wow, you name it, I've heard it. I've experienced it. Like, everything from.
What's the weirdest, or like the one that you was like, whoa?
Oh gosh.
Or are you just numb to it since it happened so much?
I'm kind of numb at this point, but like one of the early ones that always sticks out in my head is like, I was probably like maybe 25, so I'd been doing it for a little while. I got notoriety. But it's still like super foreign to me. Like I'm really humble. I'm like really a normal person. So like it was still like just strange. I remember I was in Atlanta, and I was in the mall, in like the Perimeter Mall with my assistant. My assistant lived in Atlanta at the time. And this guy comes like running out of the store that he works in and like literally crying, like jumps on my back and it's like, oh my God, Sarah, it's you. Like, I can't believe it.
He jumped on your back.
Yeah, like, you know, like a bear hug, like, you know, and just like crying. And he had like, I guess he had seen me walk by. And so he wrote his phone number on a piece of paper. He's like, please, you've got to call me. Like, yeah, it was just like, so I was like, wow, I'm like really provoking emotions in people. Like this guy just fucking lost it on me in the mall. And so that's like one of the first things that I was like, wow, okay, I'm doing things out there to people. You know, so but
never had nothing crazy like somebody like try to rape you and shit like that.
No, I'd fucking rape you instead.
No,
like, I'm super tough. Crazy, no, I have security and stuff now. And I guess that's one of the other times that was like really crazy is the day I decided that I needed my own personal security.
Yeah, well, what happened
that day? That was a rough day. So like I'm in Jersey because we have a convention in Jersey every year. And it's usually like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And after the convention on Sunday, I went to see the Watch the Throne show, right?
With Jay-Z and Kanye.
Right,
Got it.
Back then. And Jersey boys are wild, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I lived in Jersey. Yeah, you know. Patterson,
Jersey boys are kind of wild.
Yeah.
So, a little aggressive. Wild and aggressive, right? So I'm at the show. I'm with my girl. And we're like not sitting on the floor, but we're close to the floor, like on the side. And I have a girlfriend that's sitting on the floor though.
Right.
So like her and I, the show hadn't come on yet, and the lights were still up. So it was like broad daylight in the arena, and we walked down onto the floor. When we walked down onto the floor, the arena started chanting my name.
Get the fuck.
Yeah, and I was like. I was so overwhelmed and like scared, right? Like that was just like a weird thing. I was like,
wow, like y'all know.
Yeah, and then like so we went back up to our seats. So now everybody's done seen me walk down and followed me walk like with their eyeballs, you know, walking back to my seats. So now everybody in the arena knows where I'm sitting. Yeah. So like the whole show, the whole concert, like I'm trying to enjoy a concert just like everybody else trying to enjoy the concert, but all the people around me trying to get like sneak selfies, you know, like the guy sitting in front of me is like trying to sneak a selfie of himself with me behind him, and then there's people like climbing over the chairs and wanting to like talk to me and like. And I mean, like, tons of people, not just, like, one or two, like, 30, 40.
Line,
there was a line, like, people, like, oh, yeah, look, Sarah Jay's down. I was like, oh, this is scary and, like, overwhelming. Like, so I have my own personal security, and, like, whenever I do public things, we travel together.
As you should.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just never know, man. I mean, it was a public place, but who knows, man?
I don't worry about being hurt. That's not my thing. I worry about being annoyed. Like, I just want to live a regular life and, like, enjoy the show or, like, the movies or, like, maybe go to the mall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, if I just have somebody there to, like,
hold it down.
Yes.
Well, that's good. I mean, at least you're taking preliminary precautions now.
Totally. I mean, I appreciate my fans. It's not like I'm shitting on them. It's just, like, at the same time, I do need to enjoy my life.
You like your space.
I like a little space.
First of all, we're at a concert.
Yeah.
It's not my show. It's Jay-Z's show.
Yeah. So, like, you know, Willie, my security, he, you know, will be like, what can I help you with? You know, if a fan wants to approach. And
you got a card, I'll take your card.
Like, he'll be like, you know, do you want to take a picture with somebody? I'm like, yes, I do. And, you know, and then we'll take a picture. But it's like, it's nice to have that mediator. So I'm not, like, constantly accosted.
There you go. Okay, well, I'm glad you overcame that obstacle. So now, let me see. I had another question. So tell me, so now since this business has been so lucrative for you, you know, and you did mention the exit strategy before with your prior stripping days. Yeah. Now that you're in porn, is there an exit strategy for you there, or are you going to be?
I'm committed.
So you're going to be in the granny category as well.
You know, I'm not saying definitely that I'll be on film. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like, I'm not making a commitment to being on film or off film, but I'm not also retiring either. Like, I still shoot now, and like, maybe I won't shoot for a few years, maybe I will, who knows? But the thing is I direct and produce now as well, and I also manage talent. So I also went to film school. I'm trying to be versed in every aspect of the adult industry, and especially the adult film industry. So that way I can provide that information to the other talent that I manage.
Right, and that's what I was going to get at too, because when I say exit strategy, I mean, obviously this is all you know, so I don't mean exit like I'm done with porn. I'm out more so like starting your own Vivid Entertainment and then producing your own films and making the money like that.
So for about, I guess, like 9 years, I've had Wideside Productions, which is my production company.
Congrats.
Thank you. And we produce content for 5 different sites. We also have a different DVD distribution deal. And even though DVDs are like, seems old and antiquated, the whole concept is that you make a project that has a box cover. Whether you sell that in a tangible DVD or you sell it online is kind of irrelevant.
Right.
But regardless, I have, distribution deals, and it's good. And then I also manage talent. I try to, share the knowledge that I've learned over the years with the talent that I represent.
Okay. So now, when you create this content, right, how are those deals facilitated with, those porn sites? Do you just call and say, hey, I'm Sarah J, I have content, introduce it to them, and then they buy it from you? Like, how does that work?
All sites and all platforms are different. Like with my distribution deal, I have Pulse Pure Play is my distributor. So I make a project, I send it to them, and then they print it up into DVDs. And then I also, based on my contract with them, I am capable of reselling that same project digitally online myself anywhere that I see fit. So a lot of times, depending on the platform, you just upload it. You create a studio account or like whatever, and you just upload it to the platform. And then I also have my own site, sarajay.com. I have wideside.com, and then I run roamajor.com. We provide content for AngelinaCastroLive.com, KarenFisher.com. Yeah, so
you kind of use those platforms as free promotion and then sell it direct to consumer from your site.
Yeah, I sell it, right. We sell it everywhere we can, just to be honest. Like any place that there has
it's
traffic.
Available.
Yeah, there's traffic, we put it there. Like, why not? Like, this is the digital world, and everybody gets their porn in different ways. Like, you might like X Hamster, and he might
How
like
did you know?
Pornhub. And he might like Pornhub, and he might like DVDs, and he might want to go directly to sarajay.com. So, like, we try to put a little bit of our content everywhere so that it gets to all consumers.
Oh, well, there you go. It sounds like you got the game mapped out, girlfriend. That's what's up. So tell me now, what's your advice to like, young girls that how can I say this, that don't see another way out, like a little girl in Ohio trying to figure it out, but stuck is a product of her environment, doesn't see no way out. Do you recommend her take the same path you did, or would you suggest other options?
Everybody's mental is different. It really depends on like where your mental is at. You got to be like strong, because you're gonna get people, when you put yourself out there, you get positive and negative feedback. So you have to be strong enough to be able to handle and take that negative feedback and also like process it correctly and like be like, okay, it doesn't really matter, Like, I don't really care what you think.
Yeah.
So your mental has to be strong, but if it's the right person for the job and they enjoy sex, because you really should do what you enjoy doing, So
get paid for it, why not?
Yeah, like and there's too many people that are in the industry that don't enjoy sex, and then they just make a little bit of money and they get out and they're like angry about it, and they end up doing things that they didn't want to do, and then those are the people that end up being bitter about the industry. So love sex, number one, and number two, like, really have a stable mental, and it really helps. If you 3 are business minded, and if you're not business minded, that you're willing to have people around you that are business minded so they can help you profit to the best of your ability, I advise people all the time, like, if you feel comfortable doing it, and if all those things are in place, do it. Why not? You always have to take the factor of your family into consideration too, which I've never really had an issue with, but there's plenty of people out there who do. So, as long as you're not concerned about people knowing, because as soon as you take a photo, and I don't care if it's a selfie or a naked picture or sex with somebody, people are going to see it somewhere. Somebody's going to see it. Like, don't take it unless you don't want people to see it, you know?
That's a fact.
So, like, people that get in the industry and they're like, oh, like, you know, I just do this little thing on the side. Like, nobody knows.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're not going to make your potential amount of money if nobody knows, first of all. And second, if people knowing is, like, an issue, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it in the first place.
Right.
Right. So if all those things are in place, you know, then just do it. Like, and it's funny, I just got back from Colombia. Interesting, because poverty is in Colombia. There's a lot of poverty, like a lot of poverty in Colombia. And camming has really taken off for the talent in Colombia. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of been...
You mean webcamming?
Yeah, it's kind of been like a godsend for a lot of these girls, because there's really not strip clubs in Colombia. Mm-hmm. There's brothels. Mm-hmm. So if you work at a strip club, you work at a brothel.
Right, which is a whorehouse.
Right.
Okay.
It's a whorehouse, exactly. So for these girls to be able to have the opportunity to cam, they have cam studios set up. That's a safe environment. It's clean and like distraction free. You know, you're not gonna have your grandma coming in, or your kids, or your dogs, or whatever. You know, so like these girls go to these studios with high speed internet, and they're able to create a fan base, connect with their fans, and make way more money than they could doing anything else in the area. It's really helping them raise their lifestyle.
Well, shit, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, goddamn. That's what I say. You know what I'm saying? So, my last question. If you can do it all over again, would you do it the same?
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. I would do it all the same. Yeah, I feel like... I went into this like with intention, and I've had motivation, I've had drive, and I've had like the business sense to like make it all work. I would totally do it all the same. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's what's up.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, like, you know, there's definitely different paths that you can take in the adult industry, and none of them are wrong. You know, like maybe you don't want to own your own business and you just would like to be made a star, and there's that path. You know, there's like plenty of paths to choose from, but I chose the path that works for me, and I created it and I built it, and it's still working for me.
That's what's up, man. Well, I'm happy for you, man. Are you married now?
No, I've been divorced for a long time.
Oh, okay. So there's no man in your life that's like, oh, okay.
My partner is my business, you know?
He's doing his job.
Right?
Oh, man, I want to thank you again for coming on the show. This is great. This is amazing. The legendary adult film star Sarah Jay is in my presence right now. This is crazy.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, man. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Sleep is for Billionaires, the podcast. I am your host, Johnny Vegas, the lovely Sarah Jay. And where can the people follow you and buy all your products and everything like that?
Well, I've got a one-stop kind of shop for everything. It's sarahjlinks.com. It's got my official site, sarahj.com, and like all the toys and all the t-shirts and all the merchandise that I sell, and all the places where you can see my content on other sites. So Sarah J Links is like the good spot to go to. And of course, all my social medias are there. The Real Sarah J, it's verified. So look for that little blue check. It's my Instagram account, and Sarah J XXX is Twitter, and that's also verified.
There it is. Stay tuned for more episodes to come. Thank you for watching. And cut. We out. Cool. Oh, man. That was awesome. That was awesome, man. Thank you, man.